Hello, and welcome back. This is a review of sleater-kinney's 8th album, No Cities to Love, which came out in 2015. Basically, after sleater-kinney's tour for The Woods, they broke up. But then, years later, they got together again and they said, hey, do you guys want to give it another go? And they were all like, yes! So, they put out this album. Let's dive right in with the first song on this album, which is Price Tag. I really love how kind of elastic and bouncy that opening riff sounds. Corin had not lost any of her singing power over the hiatus. So you can tell that this song is sort of about being lower middle class and kind of having to try and win a system and, you know, rise in the ranks that you can't really win. This guitar part is super cool too because it sounds super apocalyptic. I like how in this part they kind of overlap the bridge and the chorus. Janet's drums really make this song a little more driving and straightforward. In the bridge, I also mentioned that I loved how apocalyptic and like looming the guitar part sounds, but you know, there is a downside to that in that Carrie's voice gets a little bit lost in there, where she says, I suck it into every stitch. The guitar parts there get a little bit murky to me. The second song on this album is Fangless. There's something of a hollow quality to these drums that I kind of like a lot, so. I had no idea what the lyrics in this chorus were until I looked them up for this review, because Carrie's diction kind of sucks. I love how strong the imagery of the verses is. This guitar part in this chorus can get on my nerves just because it's so boom, 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 boom. It was actually my 5th most listened to song in 2018 out of every song that both my sister and I listened to the entire year. So, you know, it has that going for it. I really like how it sounds. I like the power in the riff and in Corin's voice and in the chorus. I like this song a lot. I think it's a jam. The third song on this album is Surface Envy. These riffs kind of really get on my nerves, but Janet's parts are so like crisp and straightforward. I really love it. This chorus is just so annoying. It's kind of like poppy in the wrong way, classic rocky in the wrong way, and the lyrics are just so cheesy and frustrating. Like, I really like the guitar part, I really like the drum part, but I think this melody and these lyrics are not unique enough. Corin sounds so good though. The song is kind of about, you know, you're having trouble, you're stuck in a rut, and then your friends come and you all like get up together and are like, yas, okay? I can't do this one. It just gets on my nerves. Next we have the song No Cities to Love. I like this riff a lot. I think it's cool. It's not like hard like the other riffs are. It feels very clean to me. The guitar part in this chorus is like a tiny bit basic, but I think they have the license to do that because the vocal part is really, really the focus of this chorus. this song a lot just because it just is so fun to me to kind of just bounce around to a little bit. I feel like this song isn't the most emotional song by far. The bridge, though, is an exception because that part just sonically is really cool. It sounds kind of apocalyptic, but also like she's rising from the ashes, but it also sounds kind of churchy. The bridge seems to get closer to the core of what the song is about. The rest of it is just kind of fun, at least to me. Next on the album is A New Wave. You know, it's kind of weird that this first verse is like mildly suicidal because the rest of the song is really about like connecting with your person. I love this riff so much. Oh my gosh. I love this chorus because it's just kind of like, you and I, you know, we're in this together, we're doing our own little thing, you know? And then it goes into this cool guitar solo, which to me kind of seems representative of inventing their own kind of obscurity in a way with this guitar solo. I like this song a lot, not only because it's totally catchy, but also because, you know, the sounds of the song match the message of the song. I really, really love this song. It just makes me so happy. The next song on this album is No Anthems. This guitar part does sound really scary. And then Corin comes in and she's kind of whispering a tiny bit, a little bit in her lower register. That adds to kind of the scariness of the sound. These chorus lyrics kind of feel like the loss of something that you can grab onto and claim as your own. And so normally you would think that that sound would be kind of sad, a wandering, lost sound. But instead she's turned it into this angry sound that sort of creates that thing that she's grasping onto. I can't say for certain what this song is about, but the narrator being sort of lost without an anthem pours this energy and this anger into what becomes an anthem, which is pretty cool. The next song on this album is Gimme Love. This part is super weird because Corin's part at first is super staccato and then turns into this thing where I can't even tell what the notes are, and then the guitar part in the background sounds like happy for some reason. It's weird. These verses are hard though. I just find these choruses quite annoying. But the staccato part of when she says "Gimme Love" does add to the theme of the song, which is that there's never enough love to get. So it's staccato and she cuts it off early because there's not enough note. I find this guitar solo super intriguing and cool. I like it a lot. This part is great too because Corin is just so powerful when we get to the bridge. The melody is pretty similar to what it is in the verses, but Corin can really shout it out and draw it out in the bridge. And to me, the bridge is better than the verses because of that. This song has ups, it has downs. It's not my favorite. So the next song on this album is Bury Our Friends. I really like this guitar part, even though it's not like incredible, I just enjoy it. You know what, I think this chorus is really fun, except there is that one thing about the fact that the guitar part is kind of boom, 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 which is not my favorite thing. I like that this song is kind of taking back power. For example, in the pre-choruses where Carrie says, only I get to be sickened by me and only I get to be punished by me. I kind of like the ownership of it. I also like that. I like that kind of upper part. The lyrics for this song are pretty visual, which I really enjoy, obviously. Overall, I really enjoy this song. The next song on the album is Hey Darling. Hey darling, you're not home, this is your phone, no, right? Clearly, this song is a totally different style from the rest of the album. The production is consistent, but the melodies are completely different. Get ready for the chorus. I don't know how to explain the amount that the chorus gets on my nerves. I like the verses. I think I could get down to them. I don't like the melodies in the chorus. I don't like the lyrics in the chorus. I don't like the guitar part in the chorus. I don't like that she's saying da-da-da-da-da. I just don't understand why it's on the album. It does not match. It does not go with anything on there. Why is Hey Darling on the album, but Heavy When I Need It isn't? Heavy When I Need It is this super awesome song that didn't make it onto the album, but is like an extra. You know what? I'll forgive it, but I won't forget it. We're listening to Heavy When I Need It later, and then you'll see. The last song on this album is Fade. When the last strip light is dimming, so this song is kind of about fame, sort of putting on a mask for your audience. In this song, they're losing the face of you know, they're losing themselves to like put on this huge performance. It's unusual to end a comeback album with a song about how you don't like aspects of being famous. You're like, well, do they even want to be here? Obviously they do, otherwise they wouldn't have made a whole album, but what are they saying with that? It feels very apocalyptic, and I know I've said that about several things on this album, but this one is really the pinnacle of that sound. I do think it's a really cool song. No Cities to Love overall. I think one theme of this sound overall is there's sort of a crispness to it. It seems like they've taken sort of the crunchiness from the woods and just flattened it out a tiny bit, so it feels cleaner this time. Many of the songs have that really cool visual imagery that I really appreciate. A lot of these songs also have kind of dark images and sort of apocalyptic feels to them, which is also very cool and kind of matches the cover art, which is a bouquet that's dying. It has a lot of good songs on it, a lot of bangers that are fun to sing along to, that are fun to jump along to. You know, obviously it has its faults. I really like the style of it overall. Time to jam to Heavy When I Need It. Now, I'm not saying that's a perfect song, but isn't that way better than Hey Darling? Thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope we all enjoy the center won't hold. I'm super excited.